Good morning guys, Kashi HD here with another video on Oceans and Empires. Now as discussed in my last video, I have managed to make my dock level 17 so that I can upgrade my gate to level 17 as well. So hopefully by the end of the day I'm going to have enough resources to do my level 18 castle upgrade. As you can see, I need to get 1 million food, 1 million wood and 93,000 iron. I'm not far off, to be fair. Well, I am far off, but it shouldn't in theory take long to get. As you can see, my silver is maxed out, and it has been since yesterday morning. I finished the trade event and was full, and then we dispersed our alliance silver and I ended up well over capacity, so I've been spending a lot of time trying to get rid of silver, believe it or not. As you can see there, unable to collect any rewards. Oh, what's going on? Don't know if you guys find that sometimes when you're looking at your quests, the return arrow disappears. If you just click on a quest like gather food or anything like that, it'll take you off and take you to an area to do that quest. And then you can carry on. But one thing I have noticed on this server, I was unable to take part in the daily event yesterday because on the newer servers any resources you get from hunting get added to your balance of resources. It actually stops you from hunting. Cannot hunt monsters, you have exceeded your max resources. So yeah, yesterday was a complete write-off on the daily event. I did manage to rank 24th on the trading event after, but unfortunately I've dropped from, I think I was 25th for the week, and I've dropped down now to 31, sorry, which has potentially cost me 4,000 gold. Ouch. Anywho guys, couple of things to cover today. One was the server change for players over level 6, and the other one was my battle footage that I promised to show you guys. So we're going to kick off with the server change options, and I've managed to find something. I couldn't find it directly through the forum, so I've actually ended up having to go through Google and finding an article. And basically it's called server change support, and the idea is this account, for example, is on server 28. If I wanted to bring an account to this server, this account would have to help it. Okay, that's put very basically and not explaining how expensive this is. But the idea is every time I buy a pack or some gold with this account, and to demonstrate this guys, I've gone here and bought the 7-day premium pack, which to be fair I also got 15,000 gold as a bonus, and I think it cost me a £5. I spent a £5 on that, and I spent 99p on another pack. So I broke my own rules on spending, but you know, I spent £6. Now, reading directly from the article, server change support allows you to give server change support packs to your other lords on other servers by spending server change support points. The points can be obtained through playing the game. Now, through playing the game is a bit of a vague term. It's actually through buying packs and buying gold. So if I click on my Lord portrait and then click on the button in the top right, go to account and server change support, you can see Kashi HD has 1800 points. In order to send a server change support pack, I need 300,000 points. Now, for any of you that are good at maths, you may well have already worked this out. If spending £6 has given me 1800 points, that means I get 300 points per pound spent. Now in order to get 300,000 points, I need to spend £1,000. Yeah, I just said it. I need to spend £1,000 in order to be able to send a server change support pack to one of my other accounts. So yeah, as much as I think it's a bit cheeky that players can bring through a higher might account, from what I understand, they can only move an account within the level bracket. So for example, if I go on to castle ranking, you'll see level 27 is the highest, and I'm pretty sure that's because the level is capped at 27 at the moment. So what that means is, even with a server change support pack, I couldn't bring a castle, I couldn't bring a lord over with a castle higher than level 27. That's what I'm assuming. But unfortunately, guys, I don't have £1,000 to pump into here to get a server change support pack to find out. If I ever win the lottery, we will invest, and we'll test it for real. In the meantime, however, I think that's fairly accurate assumptions anyway. There's not a lot of wiggle room for things to be wrong. The only thing I would be skeptical of is if I spent £1,000 and got that exchange support pack, and it turned around and said something like, because of my castle level I needed more than one, in which case I would be absolutely pissed. But anywho, that is that, guys. I hope I've covered that quite well. If not, leave some questions down below, because sometimes these things, if you haven't done them yourself, they're a bit hard to understand. Other plus side of me getting that 7-day pack, I've reached VIP level 4. It's actually the main reason I did it. So yes. Anywho, onto my battle footage. As some of you guys will remember, I was saying how a member of my alliance was dominating the first day or two, and then basically we got attacked by a person I'm calling Ellie, which is currently the CB player at the top. And there's a bit of competition going on here. The QAA player was actually top, and I'm just wondering, they've both got hearts either side of their names. They could quite well be the same person. Bear in mind, Ellie would have had to spend £1,000 on her account on this server in order to bring another one over. So it's quite possible that both of those top two accounts are actually the same player. That's quite disheartening, isn't it? Oh dear. Anywho, let's go on to shared reports. Now, as I was saying, this player went from dominating pretty much everyone that he attacked, and Ellie came along with 5 ship of the lines and attacked against his 9 defending ship of the lines. If I just show you that, so 5 ship of the lines with all swordsmen for anyone that's interested. I haven't done like a very good troop, like what troops to use for attacking just yet, but basically I see 2 main tactics. Oh, he's actually gone with the same one. Now early on it seems a lot easier to focus on one troop type, which would have to be swordsmen, because they're the balance between defense and offense. But as you level up and you get more specific gear, you can actually boost your spearman's defense and your musketeer's attack, and then you could do like a quarter spearman and the rest musketeers. Now, so we've got the numbers advantage. We're 9v5, but as you can see, there's 9,700 durability, 7,600, whereas Ellie's are all at 16,000, which to me seems a lot. That's more than double. So that's like fully upgraded plus buffs for extra durability. Possibly you can actually buff your durability now as well, can't you? They added that in. But you can see, like, the difference, they've barely taken a scratch in comparison, considering they've just sank 9 of the same ship, and they're not even down to half health. But anywho, that is that one. Now, as I said in the last video, we then went on to set a trap account to try and trap Ellie, and she's gonna change name by this point. And as you can see, it doesn't go very well for us. We've got 14 ships. Ellie only uses 4 ships now, bear that in mind. Let's take a look. Again, it's 4 ship of the lines, and she's only using swordsmen. We are using apparently no ships there. We've got a man of war and a ship of the line, ship of the lines, man of war, man of war, man of war. Oh, we got a heavy galleon there. But you know, these aren't rubbish ships. That's the point I'm making. And you can see troop numbers at the top. Ellie's got 2,900 swordsmen. We've got 9,000 plus swordsmen with nearly 2,500 musketeers and under 1,200 spearmen. So you'd think we hold the advantage again, really. You see we're doing a lot better on damaging Ellie's ships. Very nearly sinking one there, but there are only 3 rounds left. Actually doing a very good job at sinking these man of wars. So as you can see, guys, even having a roughly 2-to-1 troop advantage going into the troop v troop stage, we got absolutely creamed. Our musketeers and swordsmen barely even scratched Ellie's swordsmen, and that might seem really unfair, which, I mean, I'm in server 1 for my main account, and if you've got, if the person attacking or defending against you has got 5 man of war, you don't stand a chance with ship of the lines, even if you outnumber them. But the difference is Ellie knows exactly what she's doing. I really do hope this is Ellie changing her name and I haven't got it wrong and she's lost loads of might and somebody else gained loads of might, because that'd be really cruel. But what we have, come on, little drop down. Here we go. Now, bear in mind, Ellie is using purely artillery ships and purely swordsmen. So what that enables her to do, forget armoured, if you look at the increased artillery ship firepower, you've got 163%. So those ships are doing more than 2.5 times damage. Artillery ship armor plus 133%, and ship durability plus 135%. Remember we said that her ships were more than double the durability of 27s in the first attack? Well, there you go, that is why. So her ships are powered up to the absolute maximum level they could be so far. And then if we go down to swordsman, Increased swordsman attack 159%. That's how she manages to absolutely destroy our troops before we have time to do any real damage. Increased swordsman defense 197%, and increased swordsman HP 180%. Now this is what I mean by early on, if you focus on one troop or one specific area, so your artillery, ships and swordsmen, you can really power those up compared to the rest of your troops, and that is exactly what this player's done. So when people ask me like, what's the best troop, what's the best ship, stuff like that, you know, it's really down to your setup. And if you're unsure, if you click on your profile and go to abilities, you got your general ship buffs there. Head on down. So spearmen haven't really got any decent buffs. Swordsmen. Musketeers have got plus 27% attack. So they're by far my best attacking troops. Other than that, I haven't really focused on anything specific. Spearmen have got a little bit more rounded research than swordsmen. Mainly because I use more spearmen and musketeers for my attacks. Let's go down to ships. And at this point I haven't really specialised. I've already gone past ships then. Where are you? Supplies, resources. Oh, here we go, we went past it. So artillery ships have got 25% attack buff, and they've also got 23% armor buff. So as you can see, I have focused a little bit on those. My old tactic when I first started playing the game was basically full artillery ships and try and sink all of their ships before it got to the troop v troop stage to try and minimize losses. And that's kind of what I'm going to go for on this. The reason I've focused on artillery ships is because I've very nearly got bomb vessels. As I showed you guys in the last video, once I get to level 19, I will be able to unlock these bomb vessels. At which point I will be attacking with 5 bomb vessels. So it makes sense, while I've got the time to do it, is to try and bulk up all of my artillery research. And that's kind of just me planning ahead, same as on my resource tab. You can see I've already maxed out my spear control and started on my increased spear production, because now that I'm going for level 18, I'll be able to unlock heavy spearmen and be able to build a load of those. So anyway guys, those are the basics. You know, if you want to figure out what troops and what ships to use, go and check your buffs. Or, alternatively, if you want to use a specific ship or troop, start tailoring your research and your skills towards that. And yeah, if you want to dominate a server, spend £1,000 and bring another account across, and then you'll have the 2 most powerful accounts on that server. So yeah. Hopefully I'll post another video in a couple of days, over the moon that I've got my bomb vessels up and running. If you guys have got any comments that you want to leave down below, if you want to ask any more questions, or even if you want to help out guys, you know, if you've spent money on the game, just to prove my theory that £1 gives you 300 points, if you've gone and spent £100 and you haven't got 30,000 points, then let me know. You know, I have been wrong in the past, I will be wrong again. So that'd be really helpful guys. Look after yourselves, and until the next video, happy hunting.